Tonight, we're talking about one of Britain's most brilliant and baffling traditions, Bonfire Night, also known as Guy Fawkes Night. It's that magical time of year when the sky lights up with fireworks, your coat smells of smoke for a week, and you risk losing a tooth to a toffee apple. But beneath the sparkles, the sticky toffee, and the smell of burning wood lies a story of rebellion, faith, and politics, and one very unfortunate man called Guy Fawkes. So grab a hot drink, pull your scarf up tight, and let's warm our hands and our minds by the fire. Guy Fawkes was born in 1570 in York, England. He grew up a Protestant but converted to a Catholic as a young man, which was a bold move in Elizabethan England back then. Being the wrong religion could mean heavy fines, prison, or worse. Fawkes left England to fight for Catholic Spain in the Netherlands. He was brave, skilled with gunpowder, and by all accounts, rather dashing. When he returned, he found his fellow English Catholics still being persecuted, and soon a group of frustrated men approached him with, an explosive idea. The plan was bold, mad, and a little bit daft. In 1605, a handful of Catholic conspirators, led by Robert Catesby, decided to blow up Parliament, assassinate King James I, and replace him with a Catholic monarch. They smuggled 36 barrels of gunpowder into a cellar beneath the House of Lords, enough to send the place and everyone in it into orbit. Guy Fawkes, the explosive expert, was chosen to guard the stash. He used the alias John Johnson, which, to be fair, sounds like the sort of name you'd make up when you put on the spot. Fate, or a sloppy secrecy, intervened. An anonymous letter warned Lord Monteagle not to attend the opening of Parliament. The cellars were searched, and there was Guy Fawkes, caught red-handed with matches and barrels of gunpowder. It's one of history's great, that didn't go as planned moments. Fawkes was arrested and taken to the Tower of London, where he was interrogated, not exactly politely, until he confessed. The surviving conspirators were captured and executed. Parliament survived, King James stayed on the throne, and the plot became a national cautionary tale. The government even passed a law making the 5th of November a day of thanksgiving for the King's deliverance. So instead of Parliament exploding, we got fireworks, bonfires, and about 4 centuries of treacle. In the years that followed, people lit bonfires to celebrate the plot's failure. Effigies of Guy Fawkes, the Guy, were burned in the flames. Children would wheel them about on the streets, asking for a penny for the Guy, which was basically the 17th century's version of trick-or-treating, but smokier. And fireworks became part of the fun, each pop and crackle a reminder of the gunpowder that never went off. By early November, the nights are long, the air is crisp, and everyone's looking for a reason to gather round a fire. It's about community, nostalgia, and a tiny bit of chaos, the British way. Nah, no bonfire night is complete without the food. The real star of the show. On offer across the country, you'll find a glorious mix of sweet, sticky and stodgy delights. Bangers and mash, good old sausages and creamy mashed potatoes, drowning in onion gravy. Bonfire toffee, that dark brittle stuff that tastes like burnt sugar. Toffee apples, proof that you can make fruit unhealthy if you try hard enough. Parking, a sticky Yorkshire ginger cake made with oats and treacle. Mushy peas, often with a pie or sausage, not elegant but comfort food. And of course fudge, because you deserve something sweet after freezing your socks off. Or washed down with a steaming mug of hot chocolate, or if you're in the countryside, perhaps a bit of mulled cider to warm your bones. It's hearty, homely and perfectly British, the taste of fireworks, smoke and a long tradition that refuses to fade. But Bonfire Night isn't just about the food and the fireworks, it's about reflection. Why do we still light these fires more than 400 years later? Guy Fawkes failed in his mission, but his story endures as a symbol, a warning, and sometimes, oddly, as kind of a folk hero. The moral: fire can destroy or it can illuminate. The difference lies in how we use it. These days, Bonfire Night is about togetherness. Towns host huge firework displays, kids run about with sparklers, and everyone gathers for that one big ooh moment, and the sky goes bright. For one chilly evening, the old country glows, from Brighton Beach to the hills of Yorkshire. The political meaning may have faded, but the spirit remains, a celebration of survival, resilience, and the strange British habit of finding joy in standing outdoors in near freezing temperatures. So next time you're watching fireworks burst all over your local park, or licking treacle off your fingers, remember, we're not really celebrating an explosion, we're celebrating the non-explosion. Guy Fawkes may have failed to blow up Parliament, but he succeeded in lighting up British history forever. Whether you see him as a villain, a victim, or just a man with terrible timing, his story reminds us that belief, frustration, and hope are powerful things, especially when they meet a spark. So here's to light, laughter, and a little bit of bonfire toffee. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot.